Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This morning I've got something a little bit different. It's actually, I'm following up on a request from about a year ago now, and I love requests. Like, it gets hard to come up with a new idea of agriculture in Kent and Lambton counties. There's lots of diversity, but with COVID and everybody's busy and whatnot and limited time. Anyway, someone asked me a year ago to do a video on tiling. Most of the cultivated land in Lambton and Kent County is field drained, and some of it better than others. This is a farm that has been in pasture as long as I can remember, and as far as I know, there's no tile in it at all. So what we're doing today, we're starting to tile. And if you can see over there, and it's a little hard to see, we have Neil Marchand here. He's got his little Kubota side by side. What he's doing is surveying, and he's marking out where the drains go, getting the lay of the land, as it were. Over in this corner, well, between here and the tile machine, they have their tripod set up with the GPS on it. I guess it's GPS. Over there they got the backhoe. He'll do starter holes, and they've got the Buckeye. And what they use the Buckeye for, and I'll get a shot of all this in action, what they use the Buckeye for is main drains. They will pull this in with a plow on a D8 cat. And of course, I will get lots of video of the D8 cat. And what I'm doing, I am unfencing, which is a sport. We're tearing down fences so that Neil can tile through here. Anyway, I'll bring you back. It's going to be a lot of little clips with each stage, but right now all we're doing is surveying, tearing down fence, getting ready to tile. And what he'll do is survey, then figure out what he needs for tile, get it ordered, then we'll get at her. Yeah, it's Tuesday morning, July the 11th, 12th? Yeah. 12th already. I'm out here in the wilds, and I mean the wilds of Dawn Township, yeah. And I'm here with one of probably Kent County's premier drainage guys. How long have you been draining, Neil?
Over 50 years.
Over 50 years. It's Neil Marchand from Marchand Farm Drainage. Yeah. And Neil's actually just started a little drainage job here yesterday.
Yes, a project. Yes.
A project. So yeah. Tell us about what you're doing, Neil. And
well, we're out here by the bush, and we're surveyed the farm yesterday, and come to the determination all the water runs right out there through the neighbor's property. So we've got it surveyed, and we're waiting for material, and we're gonna put a main in.
How big a main?
How big a main? Well, I was going to do a 15, but the ditch is plenty deep enough, so I'm going to change it to a 12 and up the slope. I got it from an inch slope, I went to 1.5 inch slope. So I got enough to take the amount of land that needs to be outletted.
That's good. The landowner will love it.
It saves money. Yeah.
He's cheap.
He's cheap, yeah. He's very frugal.
I know that guy. Yeah. And in the background here, we got your Buckeye. Tell us about the Buckeye.
Well, that's an old Super D Buckeye. I bought that back, and it's a 70 model. I bought that from Wolf Equipment back in Melbourne, quite a few years ago, and got accustomed to it and keep it fixed up during the winter time. And there's not a lot of them anymore. Like, there's not a lot of wheel machines. There's a lot of stuff is plowed in now, and GPS, I still use laser, and I use it for a lot of the jobs. Farmers like to be frugal, and save the stuff that was there, and that allows us to open it up and take a peek and see if we're doing the right thing, and split the drain.
You can find the old drains?
Yeah, exactly.
Because they're right there.
They're right there, and they've been in there for years, and they're still working fine. Yeah, good. It's good. So you save some money. You split them and update it to today's standards, to the bigger machinery.
So how do you decide how big a main you got to put in?
Well, it's usually you do a topographical survey of the field first, find out where the low spots are, find out where if there is any slope, the slope of the land. And once you determine that, then there's charts. You can you do some calculations, and you figure out what fits the land or it doesn't fit the land, and then you use charts to sizes, run so many cubic feet per second, and with a certain slope. And if you back the slope off, well, you have to go a bigger size. And if you got lots of slope, well, you can cut the size down because you got more velocity. So it's a kind of a thing I've been doing for years, so it comes easy enough.
So what I want to do, Neil, I want to come back when you start laying tile.
Yeah.
And I'll be out here from time to time.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, take a picture of the machinery and all
and
that.
I'll get you tiling, and maybe we'll stop and we can have another little talk, and you can explain
Perfect.
what you're doing.
Perfect. We'll be doing laterals by then, likely. And
so how do you determine how close your laterals go?
well, when you get into clay ground like this, we're going to go every 30 feet, a little bit less than 2 rod. And if I get out into tomato country and, high value vegetable crops and that, well, we actually go a little closer because they don't tolerate a lot of water. A little bit too much water kills them. So some of those systems are down to 20. A lot of them are 25 feet, 20 feet, some of them, where you've got beans and corn and wheat. Well, it'll take a little more water, but a tomato plant won't.
We could use a little water here.
Water would be nice right now, yeah.
The other question I had, I've got a sand farm, and I know you tiled it many moons ago, and we use sock on it.
Yep.
How do you determine?
Yep, if there's sandy subsoil that filters through the holes of the tile, it'll plug it up. Every rain event washes a little bit of sand into the drain, and it builds up in a little layer at a time, and it just keeps increasing until eventually it plugs the drain off. And this clay soil without sand, the clay particles are very flat particles, and they don't move in the water. They get wet and they just percolate through the ground and go into the drain.
I know what sock is, but maybe you could explain.
Well, it's a white knit. It's a knitted thing made by knitting machines, and it's wrapped around the circumference of the tile, and it keeps the sand out. And it's not too perfect though. It's got to let water through. It can't be a filter so perfect that it won't let water through. It has to let small particles through it to do a proper job, so it can flush. It doesn't let enough in that it can't flush it out every time it rains.
So it's a lot like socks you put on your feet.
It's pretty much, yeah. It's a real fine mesh.
That's why they call it sock.
It's sock, yeah.
Well, that's great, Neil. Hey, I'll be out here. I'll catch you again.
Very good.
Now I'm back here this morning, and I wanted to get a shot of this buckeye in action. Not everybody's seen a buckeye before, and I think they're called buckeyes. I think they were made in Ohio is why I think they're buckeye. I'll ask Neil later about that. But anyway, he's gonna fire this baby up. They were digging with it yesterday. Neil Marchand in his D8 cat, right, Neil? What year is this thing?
I think it's 80.
80?
I think so.
So that's 42 years.
42 years old, yeah.
It's not quite as old as I am.
No, it's got a lot of years left.
More years left than me.
You'll be around when I'm gone.
Anyway, Rodney's spreading tile, and Neil's gonna plant a row. Tell us what's going on.
Well, this is GPS. I just got done surveying a run right there. And there, see that purple line right there? Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm following right there. That's the slope I got downhill.
Oh, okay.
See? And I'm on capture, I'm on, and I'm laying. That means I'm laying tile. And see this good right here?
Yeah.
That means I'm on grade.
That's where you're supposed to be.
It's supposed to be good. But it'll change the slope because it's got to come up, see, up,
Okay.
0.02. And then if it gets a little high, well, it has to get off to know has to go a little high or a little low to know it's off. And then it corrects it.
So does it do that all automatic?
Automatically.
Yeah.
All satellites. I have no control of it at all.
All you got to do is go slow enough for it to react.
To react, yeah. Just ride along, try to go straight. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, hammer down.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go for a little ride.
Okay. Anything good you done? See there I am following it right there? See that little
Yep,
square box?
yep.
Well, that's what I'm following. That satellite's, it designed that down rate, and that's what it's doing. It controls the hydraulics, so it's following.
So the idea the water's going to run downhill.
Yeah, you can even see it go down.
Yeah. So we got to join these two and use a special piece called a jointer. A coupler. Rodney's done that before.
Oh, yeah.
And the old handyman's helper.
Yes, sir. Red, green tape.
Red Green would be proud of you.
Make sure it don't come apart.
And there we go, on to a new roll. Never miss a beat. So we've decided to tile this farm every 25 feet, right or wrong. This is heavy clay, and there's no tile in it at all. So that's what we're doing. I thought what I would do, just to show you what all we're doing out there at the farm tiling, I do a quick little picture here. This is basic, it's kind of rough. It's on the back of a seed bag. I don't know where I'd ever get a seed bag. Anyway, this is Molly, I think it's called Molly Creek. Goes along here, and that's our outlet. And what Neil did, he surveyed this farm and found that it all, what he calls, falls to the southwest, which southwest is in this corner over here. So all the water, this is the high side, all the water wants to go that way naturally. And one of the rules of tiling is you never want to make the water go in a direction that it doesn't want to go. If the water wants to go southwest, you best make it go southwest. Anyway, what Neil did, he surveyed it. This he was going to put a 15-inch main in here to the ditch. This is the ditch. But he found out there was enough fall from this corner over to here that he could get away with a 12-inch by adding another, I think he added a ½ inch of fall every 100 feet or something like that. I don't know. Neil would know better than me. But anyway, there was enough fall he could get away with a smooth wall 12-inch, which saved quite a bit of money. So he took the Buckeye, and I got a picture, that's on the video, dug this main in. There's a cement catch basin right here that's buried under the ground. It's down about 3 feet. Then there's, they took the Buckeye and they come this way, and I believe they started with 10-inch main. They come along, and then part way down they dropped to 8. And then on the end, the last few feet down here, from about here down, is 6-inch main, because that's all it calls for. And this is another main here that comes along, goes behind the barn and up beside the house, and then he'll put laterals in, and I drew some laterals in. He'll put laterals in here, and we're doing that every 25 feet. There's another main, it's only a 6-inch. It comes back to this corner here and then along the bush, and it's going to catch this corner back here, and those are 4-inch laterals. Then when he's done, he's going to put a 4-inch along here, and then I think there's room for a couple more along here. He'll do that at the end. And then I believe he's also going to put a 4-inch along between the fence, the property line, and the main drain. And he'll probably do that around the house too, put a 4-inch in here like that. And every time when he comes to the end, about every, I never counted them, but every 5th or 6th lateral, he'll bring this lateral down, and then he turns the plow, and he'll plow in like that to put a header across the end. And he's done that all the way along here. That catches these ends up. And when he's all done, he'll give me a computer printout of this, which we'll keep if we ever have to do any maintenance on the drain. We'll know exactly where everything is. And that's the long and the short of that tiling project. I'll get a little more footage out there today and show you some of the laterals, and I'll maybe show you the ends. I can't show you that catch basin because it's now 3 feet in the ground. Like Neil said, you'll never hit it farming. It's way, way deep. Anyway, that's about what's going on. Yeah, one thing I never talked about, and I thought it would be proper too, is this is how the tile comes in these rolls. These rolls are approximately 3,700 feet, and what they have on the inside is another piece of tile. And the reason they're doing that, and we got into it a few years ago, they were crushing, when you picked it up with that tile cart, sometimes the tile would crush. And so the last few years they've been sticking that piece in the middle. Anyway, what they're getting ready to do here, he's actually doing a little surveying with the tile machine for, there's one low corner up by the house, and where I talked about you've got to make the water flow the way it wants to flow. There's a low spot, and he don't think he can put the main there. He's gonna put it in a different spot. Anyway, that's what's going on. Lots happening out here. And I think our part-time key grip Wesley is coming today to fly the drone when they're tiling, so you can see that action and see what we've got done. Well, I just thought I'd bring you back here for a minute. This job is just about done. They've got, I think there's 6 rolls of tile here. 4 of them are spares that go to the next job. They were dropped here accidentally, actually. Anyway, they're almost to the road. They've got this little piece to do, and a couple of runs back by the bush, and they'll be out of here on Monday. So I've tried to explain a little bit about how tiling works and why, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed, it would be nice that you subscribed. We always like subscribers. And I think in another week we are going to make an announcement on the channel here. But anyway, thanks for watching.